So to reinstall a new carburetor or your carburetor after you've cleaned it, you're going to put the drain hose down on the side of the belt case. I'll show you how that attaches in a second. Push back your air box so it's out of the way, and then you're just going to push the carburetor into the intake. Takes a little bit of force and wiggle it as you push. You want to make sure that the tab is lined up with the two little tabs there and the carburetor is straight and secure. Then you can do the same with the air box. Push it on there tight. Adjust your hose clamp so you can get to the screw. Make sure everything's tight and straight. And then tighten the two hose clamps with your Phillips head screwdriver. You want to make them snug. They don't have to be overly tight, just enough so there's no air leakage and it's not going to vibrate loose. So let's tighten those down. So you're going to take the throttle cable and this little end slides into the slot right here for your acceleration. You put it in and you just clip it in the little groove, and then you're going to take the cable itself and slide it on, and then you take the nut. You just tighten it by hand, and then you're going to take your open end wrench and tighten the back nut. You want to check to make sure that you have the right amount of tension. You don't want it loose or too tight where it's pulling pressure. You want it to still be able to touch your idle screw adjustment. After you have it adjusted right, just tighten down the back of the nut and then replace the rubber cover. Then you're going to take your choke cable, just route it up to where it's not going to be in the way of anything, and you're going to plug in to the harness, and then you can tie it back with some zip ties later. You're going to replace the fuel line onto the side of the carburetor. It's just going to push on, and that's it. To replace the fuel drain, you're going to use your 8mm socket, and it just goes right onto the side of the belt. After you have the carburetor reinstalled, you're going to want to adjust your idle. The bike may take several times of turning over before it's going to start, before the carburetor fills back up with fuel. Once the bike is started, you're going to want to adjust the idle. You're going to do that by either loosening this screw here to turn the idle down, or tightening the screw to raise the idle. So you want the idle to be adjusted low enough to where the back tire is not spinning, but high enough to where the bike will not stall. Each bike's going to be differently, so you'll have to adjust it according to your bike. First, you're going to replace the front cover. There's going to be 3 tabs on each side. They're just going to clip in. Make sure everything fits in tight. And then you're going to replace the 2 Phillips head screws. There's one there. And one here. And then make sure they're tight with your Phillips head screwdriver. Then you're going to replace the seat bucket. Make sure you line up all of the bolts. You have the 4 nuts. That you're going to replace. And then you can go back with your 10mm socket and tighten everything down. So that's how you're going to replace most 50cc Chinese carburetors. Each bike may vary a little bit, but for the most part they're going to be very simple and very little tools needed to change your carburetor. This has been JJ from Wild Hog Scooters. Thanks for watching. Hi, it's JJ again from Wild Hog Scooters. Just wanting to remind you guys, if you're not comfortable working on your own scooter, we're always here to help. You can always call us or bring your bike by, and we can help you service or do anything that you need with your scooter. We have 5 locations, so bring it into any store if you don't feel comfortable trying to tackle any job that you see on our videos yourself.